Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today for the final part of the EMODnet Open Lab 4.0. It's been quite a journey for many of you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for getting all the way to this part. We know it was a hectic process, but you did a really good job. We've had quite a hard time since yesterday determining who the winners are, but you will all know about this very soon. We have quite a tight schedule for today. We have until 5 p.m. to go over a lot of material. We have with us, we have with us all the mentoring coaches, the team that was supporting you for the last many weeks. We have, of course, our jury members who you will meet very quickly. But first, we are going to start with a welcome message by our colleague Zoe Constantinou from DG Mare. DG Mare has been supporting this effort from the very beginning with all the resources. Thank you so much, Zoe. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Angeliki. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your participation, your enthusiastic participation to the EMODnet Open Lab 4.0. You until now you have probably learned most things that you need to know about EMODnet and about its importance for distributing standardized and harmonized in situ marine data for European seas. For us in DG Mare, that we own and support the European Marine Observation and Data Network, these kind of events and these kind of interactions are extremely important for multiple reasons. One of them is, of course, the visibility that EMODnet gets from this kind of activities, but more importantly is the expansion of the community, bringing in users that either have been using EMODnet for purposes in the past, but most importantly, new users, new developers of applications that can find potential in the use of marine in situ data to develop critical applications that can support the blue economy applications in the marine environment, but also probably management or policy and conservation and environmental goals, because the importance of the ocean is very well known, and the need for this kind of innovative applications and the use of knowledge-based applications, it becomes even more important by the day. Before leaving you to your tight program, another aspect of this hackathon that is very important for the European Commission is exactly your familiarization with the European Digital Twin of the Ocean. That is a great initiative and with a great ambition to consolidate and bring together marine knowledge from different parts that we have been working in Europe. So this brings together the wonderful work that the Copernicus Marine Service is doing in bringing forward satellite data and advanced state-of-the-art forecasting services. Of course, the in situ EMODnet data, but also the very rich work of researchers around Europe that have been investing years and years in developing models and applications that can support the same purposes as the ones that you have been pursuing today. We're very happy in expanding our community. We're very happy to have these new ideas and applications that you're bringing forward. And I'm looking forward to see all the great pitches and the results of this hackathon today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zoe. Indeed, we are excited about the ideas that we're about to share. And also, just to add to Zoe's words, we have asked for a lot of feedback from you, but indeed this is a part of this is a very important part for us. We want your input. We want to improve our services so that we can have better services for you, for research, for the blue economy, for academia, and this is a very important aspect. We will be discussing this again a little bit later in this process. So again, thank you, Zoe, for all of the support that you have provided in the past few months. And now we are going to go directly to meet our 4 jury members. A lot of you have already heard You have read their names, etc., but it's time to actually meet them. We're very happy to welcome today Neil Holdsworth from the International Council for the Exploration of the Seas. We have Fanny Gard with us from DG Environment. We have Antonio Guarnieri from DG Mare. And also we have Louis Damang from Fugro. Please open your cameras. And again, welcome. As you know, we are going to move now with taking a look at the pitches, but it would be great if you would like to very quickly say something about your role in these organizations so that the audience is also aware, and then we will dive right into the video pitches. Let's start with Antonio.
So, hello, hi to you all. Nice to meet you. And my name is Antonio Guarnieri. I'm a policy officer at DG Mare in the European Commission. I was very pleased to be invited to this jury. I actually am very much involved in EMODnet, and I work with files of marine knowledge in general, so namely EMODnet, the digital twin ocean, ocean observation. So I was very comfortable with these topics, and I found all of them very interesting, all your pitches. So thanks a lot for giving the possibility to be with you today.
Thank you. Thank you, Antonio, for the time that you have allocated to this event. And now let's go to Fanny. Hello, Fanny.
Good afternoon, Faniga. I am also working in the Commission, but in another DG. I am working in DG Environment. In DG Environment, we're working on the protection of the marine environment, and in particular on the implementation of one directive, which is the Marine Strategy Framework Directive. So I was pleased to see the reference to this directive on a lot of your presentation and document. For this directive, I am working on the data topic and how we should improve our knowledge. So I was also pleased to see a lot of your project tackling the environmental issue and how we can improve our state of the environment. So good luck to all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Fanny. And also really again for the time that you're giving for this cause. Okay, let's hear from Neil.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Neil Holsworth here from ICES, that's the International Council for the Exploration of the Sea, up here in Copenhagen, where the sun was shining a minute ago. I'm really excited to do this. Anything that does anything with data where it shows really the value of that data, and especially when we have all of this open data at our fingertips, is to be applauded. And all of you have made an excellent effort. What I've seen so far is really, really incredible. So I'm really excited. So I'm not going to say anything more. I want to get to the action. I'll let Louis come in.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We are very excited indeed about the solutions we are going to be presenting. And last but not least, for any reason, Louis Damang, please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I'm Louis Damang, based in The Hague in the Netherlands, working for a company called Fugro. Geodata specialist, collects geodata and develops insights from the Earth's surface, subsurface, on land, at sea, and to help our clients reduce risk. And I'm very, very happy to be here. It's been extremely inspiring and energizing to see some of the ideas today, and looking forward to seeing the rest of that. And I'd just like to thank EMODnet for inviting me on this jury. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining the jury. Okay, now you have seen our 4 jury members. It is time to go ahead. We're going to start with the video pitches first. We are going to hear from Neoterix, the Coastal Restoration Decision Support Tool. Challenge 4, it's EMODnet for the coast. We are going to watch their video pitch in a moment and then invite the team to say a few words and exchange with the jury members. Let's go watch the video pitch.
Greetings to all, Anindya here from Team Neoterix, and we have signed up to the EMODnet for the Coast Challenge number 4. We believe nature-based solutions are the way forward, and in order to materialize our vision, we have developed a representative prototype as part of our proof of concept, which we are about to demonstrate to you. Our solution to the challenge involves carbon sequestration and climate change mitigation via mangrove plantations. The current prototype functions as a 2-module solution, a site selection module which helps identify a viable region on the coastlines for a future mangrove plantation, and a second module which assesses its effectiveness over a future timeline. We have referred to EMODnet bathymetry, geology, and physics modules to obtain insights on salinity, soil type, tidal range, and temperature data for the European coastline, and our special area of focus was the Gulf of Cadiz region.
So as discussed earlier, this is the map we have created such that we have used the map viewer, EMODnet map viewer to collect the data of bathymetry and physics, which includes temperature and sea level data, sea level temperature and tidal energy data from the provided sources. We use these to plot the graphs for few points so that we can have a smaller analysis, and we can see we have taken random coastal points where mangrove can be grown. So as per you can see with these points the salinity is more here and less at these places, these points. Similarly, the temperature is high these points and low and moderate in these orange point. So which gives us the mangrove probability and growth of these areas, which help us overall analyze the situation.
I'm going to now invite Neil to ask you some questions that are going to lead to the jury members providing the final points. Thank you for joining us and congratulations for making it to the top 10. Neil.
Yeah, good
Thank you.
afternoon, team Neoterics. Yeah, thank you for that. It was a really interesting use case and demonstrator. I was looking at what you used in terms of data from EMODnet, which was fantastic. You managed to hit a lot of different portals. But I was curious because it's a coastal application. I couldn't see that you used human activities, EMODnet human activities, which seems when you're going to use this for a stakeholder consultation will probably be quite important. So did you think about using EMODnet human activities?
So in the demonstration video, we didn't actually include those parts. But when we are creating these aspects, actually we studied the main focus on the how natural calamities affect its like salinity and all. Human intervention can be prevented when the coastal is being developed, so that government can be involved and restriction could be made around those areas. But the main focus for growing these mangroves would be the salinity, soil type, and all these different aspects, which to us seems
Nature-based
more
parameters,
important,
basically.
which seems more important to us rather than the human interventions. So somewhere we lacked thinking about that, but that was not our intention. Our intention was to incorporate more nature-based things.
Okay, thank you. So it was a deliberate, intentional focus on the nature side rather than on the human interaction side. Okay.
Does that answer your question, Neil? You're satisfied with the answer?
I understand their answer. I
Okay.
might debate against it, but I know we haven't got time for that.
All right. Does anyone else from our jury member have a question? If not, okay, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much for this great idea overall. And we're going to invite you back at the final stage of this event. Now let's go to the next team, which is the Carbon Games. It is Challenge 5, Wildcard, Hack the Ocean with Edito. It was the open challenge. Welcome back, actually, Carbon Games. We're going to watch the video pitch, and then we're going to welcome Isida.
Hi, I'm Isida from the Carbon Games, presenting our solution, Not XR. We transform EMODnet and Copernicus marine data into immersive 3D underwater experiences for educators and ocean lovers. We begin with dynamic ocean conditions. These waves and currents are real. They change over time based on Copernicus marine data accessed via Edito. This slider shows how velocity changes day by day. Now let's lay down the base terrain. This is EMODnet bathymetry, used to recreate the seabed in 3D. You can see the controller showing the exact seabed floor depth at any point in real time. Next, we layer the seabed substrate map, showing what lies beneath, sand, rock, or mud, depending on the region. On top of this, we add shipwrecks. These are placed using EMODnet's human activities dataset, positioned at their actual depths, so some are higher and others deeper. We also integrated kinetic energy from currents, so you can see how water movement shapes the seabed and affects the wrecks. Now let's enter the experience. You can dive in and explore the shipwreck at its real location and depth. In the future, we plan to 3D reconstruct actual wrecks using photogrammetry and underwater imagery.
Thank you very much. Hello, Isida. Welcome back again. It is wonderful to have you. Thank you also for that great pitch. And I believe now we are going to hear from Louis.
Yes, hi Isida. Good
Hi.
to meet you virtually, and thanks for this demo. Clearly, quite a mature idea already. Lots of thought and has been put into it, and a lovely demo there. My question really is on the applications of your tool. You demonstrated one that I would say is more related in part to sort of building ocean awareness, ocean literacy, and also a little bit on the recreational side, tourism perhaps. My question is more around what other uses and also end users have you thought about for this particular solution?
Yes, thank you, Louis, and hello to everyone. Yes, we're used to working with EMODnet because we worked on it last year as well, and we also spent all of last year building an XR solution. We actually got funding for the European Union for an urban planning version on land, so we were excited to show the marine version of that when we saw the EMODnet challenge. Definitely, this first one is educational. The way we are showing it, we think that this is the gateway to people learning more about the ocean, especially shipwrecks. Everybody's interested in shipwrecks. So imagine it in a museum, going and having this experience and learning more. And the difference that this makes is that ours is actually inspired and informed by all actual scientific data. So it doesn't have to stick to this entertaining gaming value that it has now. You could imagine in the future using it for wave energy simulations and applications. I'm not saying that it would replace a scientific tool, but it can definitely complement it for people to experience it better when they go to think about certain applications in certain locations. Wind energy as well, or even preservation activities. So one layer that we didn't show here would be, that could easily be added, would be coral areas or marine species. So while people are experiencing this shipwrecks, they can also see these species in the future and learn from those.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's a really interesting way of making the data come alive. And seeing it visually, so it makes it a lot more tangible, I think, for a number of people who are
exactly, yeah,
maybe non-experts, right? And so then you can think about showing this to the mayor of the city who's thinking about protecting from tsunamis. You can think about how my seagrass meadows look like for local community and things like that. So yeah, I think that's the beauty and the power of such a tool indeed.
Exactly, yes.
Yep. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Louis. Are there any other questions?
Yes.
Annie, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you for this presentation. And you should know that what happened on land has an impact on the sea. You mentioned that you have a project on land.
Your, I don't know if it's on, your microphone is a bit.
Is it better?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Sorry. I will retort. So I mentioned that what happened on land have an impact on sea, and you mentioned that you already have a project on land. Do you think it's feasible to connect both your proposal today on sea with what you already developed on land?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your question. We actually, because of all the work that we did on land, it was easy for us to set up this base quickly for this hackathon with the ocean data, but we are actually using the cesium layer, which is the ground data already there. We use the section of the edge of Lisbon, Portugal, which is where we are located. And these two can definitely be blended. At this point, you run the risk of this data overload and the complexity of the system, but there are ways to optimize that, and we've been doing that for the past year already. So we can definitely figure out ways that these two can interact. The human activities layer is one of them that goes in on the shore and then on the water as well, but we can definitely see the two blending in the future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fanny. Thank you so much, Isida.
Thank you. Good luck,
Also
everyone.
for your idea. Good luck to you as well. And let's go to this next idea. Okay, now we're going to hear from the Aqua Guardians. Quite an exciting name for Marvel fans. It's on mapping of eutrophication zones and proposals for mitigation measures. This is a challenge for EMODnet for the coast. Let's watch the video pitch.
Eutrophication threatens our coastal ecosystem due to excess nutrients. Our project Aqua Guardians aims to identify risk areas and propose appropriate solutions. Agriculture and urban discharges enrich the ocean with nitrates and phosphates, promoting area proliferation and oxygen depletion. Our goal is to assess these risks and provide an interactive monitoring tools. Our solution is designed for scientists, governments, and NGOs to improve coastal water management. It also helps local communities understand and anticipate the impacts on their activity. We analyzed the data from 2018 to 2021 from EMODnet and the Copernicus. Using R, Python, and MATLAB, we extract nutrient concentration and identify trend proof, interactive mapping, and animation. Our results are available now through our interactive map and monthly animation. We continue improving our models and recommend regular nutrient monitoring to prevent eutrophication. Aqua Guardian uses science and technology to save the ocean. Join us to better understand and protect our coastline. Thank you.
Okay, hello. Kutela, can you hear us?
Yes, hello, sir.
Hello, welcome. And
Thank you, sir.
we are going to take some questions from Neil.
Okay.
Hi, good afternoon, Kutela. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Good, excellent. It's an excellent job of working outside of the European context, because of course EMODnet and Copernicus are focused on Europe, and you've managed to apply it in a different area, which is to be applauded and recognized as a good effort. My question to you was how easy is it to apply what you're doing there in terms of the impact you want to look at, which is at the riverine small scale level in terms of like the mouths of rivers, and you're looking at these very big satellite data sets that are quite wide scale on a much wider scale. Does that really work? Can you actually apply it like that?
Bon, your question is to the data or the coverage region.
My question was the data set that you use, like the Copernicus satellite imagery of nutrient inputs, for example, was that really at the right scale of what you needed to really be helpful to actually understand where the outflows are on the coast?
Okay, yes, sir. Donc, from data, from Copernicus data, we use biological data, the concentration of nutrient from 2018 to 2021. Donc, we choose the West Africa region or the Atlantic region, because EMODnet data is limited by limited by the coverage data of EMODnet are mainly in Europe. Then so we use some physical data of EMODnet as sea level, absolute sea level, which data cover all global Earth. then can.
Okay, I think
Please,
that answers my question, Katila. Thank you. I don't know if the other panelists have any questions.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Kutela. Does anyone else have any question for Kutela? Okay.
Bonjour, Kutela.
Bonjour.
I just wanted to ask if you had a specific, because you looked at the whole Atlantic coastline, did you already have a specific area in mind that would be narrower, where you would say, okay, now let's apply it to this smaller area, and would that solution still work in your view?
We select this specific area to je peux continuer, c'est pas. We know that a Copernicus data
It's not a high resolution. Well, you know what? If you want to put it in the chat in French, we'll translate that. And I mean, I'll understand, but for the rest of the crew also, we can then translate it. How's that sound?
Okay, sir. Donc, je disais, on a utilisé les données de Copernicus sur cette région restreinte pour essayer de tourner un modèle. Donc, ce modèle maintenant qui a été fait sur nos côtes ou dans notre région, peut-être maintenant utilisé dans d'autres régions en fixant des seuils de concentration. Donc, en Europe, comme ça, ils peuvent utiliser ce modèle qu'on a tourné dans le langage R en fixant leur seuil de concentration pour détecter aussi les zones de potentielle eutrophisation.
D'accord.
Ce qui a fait que nous avons utilisé des données de Copernicus parce qu'ils couvraient toute la zone.
Oui.
En voulant utiliser les données de EMODnet, on a vu que ceux de EMODnet, principalement les données chimiques, étaient centrées seulement à ceux de l'Europe, à des régions de l'Europe. Mais le hackathon exigeait au moins d'utiliser une donnée de ce site pour pouvoir le faire. Donc, nous avons utilisé à ce sujet monthly map of absolute sea level pour l'année 2020 pour essayer de faire une corrélation avec le niveau de la mer et les débits d'eau donc sur le long des côtes africaines.
D'accord.
Pour maintenant faire un peu de corrélation entre ces deux.
D'accord. Bon, merci pour l'explication. Thank you for the explanation. And feel free to add some things in the chat if you want for the benefit of everybody else. But thank you. Merci.
D'accord, merci.
Thank you very much, Kutela. Thank you, Louis and Neil. Indeed, Kutela, the fact that you managed to apply EMODnet and Copernicus Marine data from Europe to another region and do such an excellent job was something that we did want to highlight when inviting you. So thank you very much. Good luck to you as well. And let's go to the next team. Now we're going to hear from Anti-Ocean Biotics. They were part of Challenge 2, EMODnet for a healthy and productive marine environment. Let's take a look at the video pitch.
Hello, we're Team Anti-Ocean Biotics, and our goal is to tackle the antibiotics resistance. Why? Because it will render most of the modern medicines ineffective in the future. Unfortunately, one of the main ways it is spreading is through the water and the marine environment. And the first step towards tackling it is to detect it. But how is that currently being done?
Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. What I'm doing right now is a part of microbiological analysis. That's quite time-consuming and expensive, but it's a way to detect antibiotic pollution in the ocean. So, we propose a very simple solution that erases the need to do all this. And it's a digital interface that uses already existing data.
And how does it look like?
In our project, we start from two types of data. First, chemical and physical composition of the ocean. Second, bathing water quality, which is based on the presence of different bacteria in the water, which has been related in literature to antibiotic resistance. We train a machine learning model using that. And then from the machine learning model, we first get an algorithm which converts oceanic parameters to bathing water quality and antibiotic resistance. And secondly, we get a score for how important each of the oceanic water parameters are to antibiotic resistance.
Angeliki, you're mute.
Yes, thank you very much. We are joined by Damian. Before we give the floor to our jury member and the team, I would just like to say, because I've seen it in the chat, that indeed some of the videos have a better quality, some not. But we are being very understanding about this because none of you had too much time to work on the videos, and you had also many other deliverables. We want to assure you that our jury members had also all the rest of your material to go over and review your idea, and also they had plenty of time. They had not plenty of time, but they had some time to actually take a look at your videos over and over. And so unfortunately, you will see that some videos you will have a better quality of sound, but the main thing is that you managed to deliver, and this is what we appreciate. So, okay, let's now go to some questions. I think it's Louis.
Yes. Hi. So hi, Damian, and again, thank you for the hard work there and the very cool ideas, and also the use of the EMODnet data. So I have a question that will show how ignorant I am in this topic of antibiotic resistance. But there's maybe 2 or 3 things in my question. So first one is, can you just explain a little bit the link between the variables that you're looking at? I think it was the concentration of bacteria, for example. Second question is, are you simply mapping that, or in your solution you're also forecasting how that might change? And then third point is, who would you see as the people who would use this information that your solution is providing, and how would they use it? So lots of questions, but very interesting solution. Please go ahead.
Yes, okay. First of all, thank you for the question. So basically, our casting like a way to find where this antibiotic resistance is spreading, where are the hotspots, but the way of measuring the antibiotic resistance itself, it's a kind of difficult job. So we translated that to, okay, let's focus on finding the spots where antibiotics are dissolved in the water. So we tried finding such spots, but the data that we needed, something like this, we tried like a level of antibiotics that are dissolved in water. So we translated that also to measuring the quality of the water, which this could be done like in the future. This could be like future steps in the project to link the quality of the water to dissolved antibiotics, which of course translates to spreading of antibiotic resistant bacteria.
Okay.
And for factors, for features, we used many nutrients like phosphates, nitrates, oxygen, and so on.
Okay.
I don't know if this answers your question.
Yeah, no, that's very helpful. And I guess the only other question is, who would you see as the end users for this information, and how might they use it? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we had a thought about it. So we think that the problem with antibiotic resistance is not well known. I mean, it's not that popular.
Yep.
For me, especially, I first heard about it from our biologist in the team when we started brainstorming for an idea, and I think apparently it's a big problem, like globally, and first of all, we wanted to make the problem more popular, and second of all, but this could be done in the future, like to make the project bigger, to provide prediction of spreading of such pollutions, and help, for example, fishermen and people who run fish farms to protect their production, and help people to make decisions on whether to do something or do not, to take actions, but generally to promote the problem.
Great, thank you for those answers.
Thank you
Thank you
very
as well.
much, Damian, and thank you, Louis. It is indeed quite an important issue, and it's good to know that people are working on. Antonio.
Yeah, I have a further question. I know you already had three, but looking at your colleague and seeing your colleague in the lab, this question came up to my mind right now. So, do you have? The premise is that I'm an ignorant as well as Luis in this topic, but totally. Do you have any plans, or is there any methodology that you can use? And if you have plans for a validation of your product, a verification against data as well on the robustness and reliability of the product and of the tool?
It is me, the biologist of the team.
Yes, that's our biologist.
Yes, so a great question. Well, I actually have some work done professionally on that aspect, antibiotics in the environment. So I think that first of all, we only have a demo version of our product, but in the future, if we advanced on it, we can compare results from our model to actual scientific research. For example, if there is a research and on a paper that says on this location there is detected antibiotic resistance in antibiotics, we can test our model to see if that location is true for our model. So that is how we plan to make it more precise with comparing it to real data, and also trying to adjust all the indicators so they are as close as possible to the real thing, because the actual examinations that have to be done to detect antibiotics and antibiotic resistances are quite a big job. They're very expensive. They're not very done a lot. So this digital model will help a lot of science and bringing better environment and consciousness to everybody. So I think it's very helpful.
Okay, great. That's good to have some validation to any tools, I think. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tsvetana, and thank you very much, Damian. Tsvetana, we did appreciate the staging. I thought it was a great idea to do that in your video. Best of luck to you as well, and then let's move on to the next team. Now we have Blue Crabs, Just Invaders, or Clear Shift Sentinels. This was part of Challenge 3, EMODnet for managing the use of our seas and ocean. Let's look at the video pitch. All right, let's welcome Martina. That was a very good punchline, Martina. Let's give a crab. Was a great closing. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
It's always great to have you here. Some of you have also met Martina during the warm-up sessions when she spoke a little bit about her experience in previous hackathons. And Martina, I give you over to Antonio and his questions.
Okay,
All right. Thanks a lot, Martina, and the entire team. I think, well, beside being a very up-to-date issue, the one of on blue crabs, I think it was really very well presented and concise, and I like the video and the idea of everything. So one thing that I found a bit strange, but probably there's an explanation, is that given the topic, I would have probably expected that some data from biology thematic lot would have been used as well. Whereas I maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you've used it. Is there any reasons? Maybe because this is not relevant for this topic, for the blue crab, or there were any obstacles in terms of technical obstacles or stuff like that. So this is the first thing, and the second thing is you say that you will use this tool to assess basically the impact of late alien species detection. So this alien species is a matter of fact already in place. So it's maybe a bit late already. Do you have in plan to apply this to any other invasive species? And if yes, which ones?
Okay, thanks, Antonio, for your questions. So just to answer the first one, for the biology aspects, we focus more on the MedObis platform and the biology data we analyzed in this first stage of the tool development, let's say, comes from there and from extant literature and observation data we have for other sites. Actually, the idea behind this solution is wide, and in the tight time we had for the video pitch, of course, it was like impossible to cover all the aspects. But basically, the idea behind was to develop something both for that places where the issue is already declared like an ecological disaster somehow, and also for other places where the observation still being low and where the regime shift is not occurred yet. And so to do that, we integrated different sources of data. And also the final objective is to develop something which can be applied in different conditions and in different case studies. So this is the idea behind. Can you remember me the second question, please?
No, well, you partially already answered. I think it was if you plan to apply this to other invasive species, since this sort of
Okay.
the blue crab is pretty much widespread around Europe and well,
Okay.
for sure in the Mediterranean. So yeah.
Of course, yes, this is like a model we'd like to provide. The blue crab issue is something that everyone knows, and this is the reason why we focus on that also for the wider availability of data. But of course, the approach is something that can be applicable to each kind of invasive alien species and basically to all those species which somehow share the ecological life strategies of typical invasive alien species. So yes, the early warning dimension is one side, but also the other aspects we want to highlight is to integrate this solution with the extant knowledge and the extant information we may have from different sources of data.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, also Antonio, for the great questions. I believe that Neil has an additional questions. It's in the chat, so I will read it to you. The question is whether MedObis has data from the English channel, or did you derive that from GBIF?
Okay, so the largest data set we found in the very tight time we had to work together with the other team members came from Greece, actually. And that is why among our case studies, we decided to focus basically on 3 areas. One is an Italian area where the ecological disaster is already on place, unfortunately, due to mismatch between the science and policy decision process. The Greek area is due to the fact that in the team we have also a Greek representative, and the English channel is the other site, which was chosen as a baseline case study, let's say, since this is an area where the observation are very few, and potentially an area where this observation will come in the future, and so maybe there we can apply the early warning approach.
All right. Very good. Does anyone else have any questions, follow-up questions? Okay, then thank you so much, Martina. Best of luck to you. And we'll see you later also at the closing ceremony for the group photo. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, now we're going to hear from the Reef Guardians. The idea is bioengineered living breakwaters for climate resilient coastlines. This was part of Challenge 3, EMODnet for managing the use of our seas and ocean. Let's take a look at the video pitch.
Hi, Hanani from Reef Guardians, and I'm here to talk to you about biobarriers, a project that's not just about protecting coastlines, but about protecting its community. In the Gulf of Oristano, Sardinia, we're doing more than just building breakwaters. We're building partnerships. Local fishermen, youth, and community members are at the heart of our project. We're creating jobs, training young marine scientists, and giving local communities a direct stake in coastal restoration. Our living breakwaters are designed with input from those who know the sea best. Fishermen help us understand local marine ecosystems. Local youth are trained in marine biology and conservation technologies. This isn't just environmental protection. It's a sustainable blue economy in action. We're creating marine habitats that protect the coast, support local fishing industries, and open up new economic opportunities. From marine research internships to sustainable tourism, biobarriers is about creating a future where environmental protection and community prosperity go hand in hand. We're not just about building barriers, we're building bridges. Bridges between generations, between scientific expertise and local wisdom, and between environmental protection and economic opportunities.
Thank you so much, Hanan. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. And thank you also, Mikhailo. Hello. Okay, we're going to pass on to Fanny, who has some questions for you. Fanny, please.
Thank you. Thank you for this project. It was quite interesting, and in particular, you tackle the impact of climate change, which is quite challenging with this climate and resilient coastal community. I have 2 questions. The first one is you mentioned in your project, I will take exactly the wording, a biodegradable reef module. Do you already develop this module, or it's just an idea? It's follow-up question. If you implement this module, could you use the EMODnet data or any other source of data, or your work you do to identify the area to assess the impact of this module on the marine environment?
Yeah, thank you for your question. To answer your first question is no, this is just a hypothetic idea.
Hypothesis.
Yeah, it's a hypothesis. Thank you. And to answer your question, your second question, we actually did use data from Copernicus Marine Service and also EMODnet. The first catalog was the bathymetry, the second one was physics, and then the other one was the human activities.
Thank you. And follow-up one, with your, do you think we can use this data to assess the impact of your module on the marine environment?
Mikhailo, would you like to answer that?
You can answer. Yeah, of course. Good day, dear colleagues. We consider this fact pretty in a straightforward manner. So yeah, of course, we use data firstly to identify these locations for best break waves, constructions, but also we had a huge time spending on how we'll use the data which we can collect already on places where we construct these wave breakers to specifically see how they impact not only the local communities, because yeah, with local communities it may be easier because you can do simple questionnaire surveys and stuff, but with how they impact the biological environment, which could be as crucial as impact on local communities, of course. We are thinking on sensors, which will be also installed in the system of these wave breakers. So it's not just things that break waves. It's also say something about the environment around it. And yeah, like there are several techniques how we can model the impact of things like this on the environmental system using this data or using data which we can collect from EMODnet, physical data, Copernicus. Yeah, so I think it's pretty cool thing, which when I find out that, yeah, you can use it not only to as a first step to detect the perfect areas for this, but also as the second and third and fourth step when you already try, okay, let's see how it influences. Let's try to do simulation to do cautious, because of course, actions in the environmental sphere, they need to be very careful, these kind of things, because you can use a chain reaction just by adding it. Yeah.
Thank you. Very clear.
Okay, very nice. Does anyone have any follow-up questions?
I might have one actually that came up to my mind now. So yeah, very interesting. On another point of view, not only of the environmental point of view, but also from the coastal erosion point of view, which the breakwaters are used to usually. When it comes to coastal erosion, you need a very to capture some processes. You need very high resolution. And I'm meaning mainly on the modeling. Okay, I'm referring mainly to the modeling. So have you planned this for the future development of your tool to implement very high resolution models, and where in the editor platform you think that will be a possible way to do it, or maybe also a suggestion or a comment. Also, have you thought of any scale physical models that with a 3D printer would be very probably useful to construct and to use? Yeah.
Thank you. Annan, do you want to comment on it or?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind commenting on it. I will do my best to articulate on a response. We haven't really had the time. I mean, as you mentioned in the document, that we did have some challenges approaching this hackathon, and the time constraint was not working to our best benefits. But we did mention that we already have one location that we would like to explore as a pilot location, and that is on the Gulf of Oristano, I believe, which is in Sardinia. And this location we chosen it strategically because we also use the EMODnet platform to look at the existing human activities, and we found that the Sinis Marine Protected Area is located a little bit up north, and I think this would be a great opportunity to also partner with them. And we also looked at other environmental projects around the Gulf, and we've seen some Natura 2000 projects as well. So I think it's a great opportunity to collaborate with them, and to have some sort of holistic approach in terms of monitoring the land and sea ecosystem. Yes.
If I can add last moment about the erosion and the high resolution. Yeah, like it's a great point, and I also thought about it, but like there are techniques in machine learning especially, and like that's what we try to use for the data we have to they do a trade-off. Like it's normal practice when you cannot afford all the high resolution on every kind of satellite image you apply, because of course it's very costly. It reduces the time and increases the computational cost pretty fast. But we can use, for example, high resolution, especially on more coastal satellite images which cover the erosion part, so it will be we'll be able to capture the erosion patterns in it. But for example, we can do trade-off and do less high resolution on images which are further from the coastal zone, mostly with water. Of course, we might lose some patterns in water wave formation, I don't know, torrents and stuff, but like sometimes these kind of trade-offs are just, they are inevitable. You have to do it to not lost all the computational cost you have and still do some good predictions. So yeah, that makes sense. I agree.
Okay, thank you so much, Mikhailo. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Hanan, and thank you, Fanny and Antonio, for the follow-up questions. Let's good luck, very good luck to you as well, and let's go to the next video. So we're going to now take a look at the Seabreeze team. Their idea is on ocean mapping, offshore wind transition. This was part of Challenge 1, EMODnet supporting the blue economy green transition. Let's take a look at the video pitch.
Hi, we're Team Seabreeze, and our project is a smart subsea cable route planner. Subsea cables are critical for offshore wind and energy infrastructure, but routing them is challenging. Cables often cross sensitive marine habitats, fishing zones, military areas, or high traffic corridors. Our idea solves this by using EMODnet rich spatial datasets to find the least impact, least coast cable route between offshore wind farms and land. We assign weights to each constraint, like ports, traffic flows, or nature protection areas, and compute an optimal route that avoids them. This helps reduce environmental impact, permitting delays, and future maintenance risks.
So we started by loading EMODnet shapefiles into QGIS, like military zones, marine traffic, and protected areas. And then what we did was like we created a 1 by 1 kilometer grid and assigned scores based on how many layers each cell has. And then in Python, we converted the grid into a cost raster. We also made use of some cable optimizer. And using that, we applied a least cost path algorithm. And this is like the final result, which like shows a realistic low impact cable route generated entirely using open EMODnet QGIS data. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are going to take some questions from Louis. Hello, I cannot see Seabreeze team. I cannot see all the full name. I'm sorry. Okay, Gaurav, I think. Welcome.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi there, Gaurav. Hi, yeah, thanks to you and the Seabreeze team for this well-presented solution. It is definitely something that is a huge need. There's huge investments being made in offshore renewables, but also in telecom cables, etc. I would say that it's also a highly regulated space. There are already rules that exist on how that planning of cables exists, and there are also engineering solutions that have been around for quite a while. So my question to you is, what do you see as that is maybe different or unique about your solution compared to what might already exist out there already?
Yeah, so we have like taken into account different areas, and most of these rules, they like usually pertain to a single area. So fishing areas might have like some regulations, and they are like standalone regulations. Military area might have a standalone regulation. Ports might have a standalone regulation. So what we have done is in our solution, we have like weighted all these different areas, and that helps us generate like the most optimal route. So a firing zone for like naval ships is like completely a no-go zone, because you don't want your cables and subsea infrastructure where like if like torpedoes are exploding underwater. So yeah, we have like taken like those rules, given them weights, and exploded them to a bigger picture.
Yep. Okay. Thanks for that explanation. And again, I think some of that is currently being done, because as you can imagine, these are huge investments. I guess what might be interesting, and I wonder if that's something that you have thought about for your tool, is the another challenge of these cables is to maintain them, right? To make sure that they're still buried. And so do you see perhaps as a as an extension of your application, maybe modeling what might be happening around these assets?
Yep, we have. So our next step is going to be wherein we take into account ocean currents, because ocean currents usually like cause erosions, they might cause cables to shift and allied things, and then develop a like a predictive algorithm. So if we have already a wind facility, a wind farm or telecommunication cables out there, and that ocean current is gonna like cause some erosion, so we will also like know better about predictive maintenance for existing cables. Yeah, so that's the plan.
Okay, yeah, good plan. No, the only advice I would have is to carefully review what already exists out there, so that you're not reinventing the wheel, so to speak, but adding some of those extra ideas and thoughts that could bring additional value to these asset owners. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anyone have any follow-up questions from our jury members? Okay, no. So thank you very much to you, Gaurav, and also to your team member, Ruzica, I think, for being here as well. We wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to seeing you a little bit later again in the event.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next team. We're going to hear from the Map Toolkit. They're working on a CMap 2.0, EMODnet editor, and the Map Libre ecosystem. It's challenge 3, EMODnet for managing the use of our seas and ocean. Let's take a look at the video pitch.
Hello, everyone. I am Helge Farnberger from Team Map Toolkit, and I would like to introduce you to our project CMap 2.0, the open data nautical chart for Europe. Our goal is to solve the most pressing issues in maritime mapping projects for recreational purposes, such as OpenSeaMap, well-known project, which is outdated charts, missing bathymetry, and lack of live weather integration. So currently we're using 5 key data sources. First, obviously, we have EMODnet for bathymetry and tide gauges and seabed habitat data. Then there is Copernicus Marine, which delivers surface current information to help you navigate dynamic ocean conditions. The third source is OpenStreetMap for the general global map data, plus the very important sea marks. The Deutsche Wetterdienst, German Weather Services, provides real-time weather data, hourly updates, and forecasts, while Copernicus EU then supplies hill shading. So what have we accomplished so far? We have set up a global map, including sea marks. We have established hourly weather updates, and we're now putting the finishing touches on the bathymetry data import from EMODnet. So whether you're sailing the open sea or boating along the coast, CMap hopefully will be your open source map solution. Thank you.
Okay, and with us we have Helge and a teammate as well. Welcome. We are going to give the floor to Antonio, who has some questions for you.
So yes. Am I? Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you again. Thanks a lot for your insightful pitch. One question is about actually the end users, the ultimate and final users of your pitch. Also related to the fact that you placed the pitch in challenge 3, which is, I thought, in my view, was more to policy making and MSP the supporting, and so is this only devoted to recreational uses? And as well, what is the ultimate product going to be? Is that a sort of ship routing, or what's the added value to this kind of products that I guess nautical charts as well are also already on the market?
So before I answer,
before I forget, also another thing that I have noticed that you didn't take the coastline from EMODnet, which delivers that as well. Is there a reason for that? Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
So before I answer, let me turn on the subtitles so you guys can have a look at the state of the project. It's quite unfinished. It's in progress, but you can guess where we are going. So who is the target group of our project? Basically, there are official nautical charts and there are commercial nautical charts containing official data, and you use those for navigational purposes. We're not trying to replace that. We are trying to add to that an informational platform that you use to plan turns, to plan ship travel, mainly in the recreational area, but wherever. So it's maritime use for informational purposes. That is the base idea. There is already a very good project around that, and that is OpenCMap. And I misspoke in the presentation. It's not outdated charts, but it's outdated technology. It's all based on raster technology. And we put that together in vector map and modern technology. And to answer your second question, what is the final product? The final product is A, the website, and B, downloads that you can use. So that you can use to download a rectangular area, for example, the Adriatic Sea, to your smartphone apps. There are a range of apps that support that the same technology. And secondly, S57 vector map technology that is supported by more professional nautical plotter applications. So that is basically the idea. You use it either on the web or in your smartphone apps or in nautical plotters.
I have to add something. I'm a big fan of open hardware and open technology in ship navigation, and there exists a lot of open source projects. Signal K, for example, it's a center of all the nautical hardware on your boat and also for the software. And you have AIS and radar, and all of that is already in the Signal K, but there is no free map to visualize all the data or to visualize the data on. And that's the intention, to create a free map for free software.
Okay, which is something important, I think, to get open and free access to data and to integration of data.
Yeah, and I have to add, the raster technology, from my perspective, is good as it is, but there exists new technology, and so we try to take that to the vector map, and you have a lot of
advantages.
You have a lot of advantages with vector maps, and to additionally visualize data on vector maps and integrate all that stuff.
All right, so it's a sort of update, an upgrade of from nautical charts to digitalization of it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Again,
thank you.
Maybe you want to have a look.
Yeah, sure, I will.
Okay, thank you so much, Helge, and your team. Thank you, Antonio. If there are no other follow-up questions, we wish you the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing you a bit later again. And we're going to move to the next one. The next idea, which is we're going to hear from the Digital Lighthouse team. Smoke on the Water is the name of their idea. They are part of Challenge 2, EMODnet for a healthy and productive marine environment. Let's go and watch their video pitch.
In Greece, fire season is not an exception, it's an expectation. But while the flames may burn on land, their impact doesn't stop at the shoreline. Smoke travels, ash settles, nutrients and pollutants run off into our seas, silently altering the chemistry of the water and disrupting life below. We've seen this story before in California, the South China Sea, the Western Pacific. Yet in the Mediterranean, the impact assessment is still missing the tools to understand how wildfires ripple through our marine ecosystems. That's why we formed Digital Lighthouse, a multidisciplinary team of scientists, technologists, and storytellers. Together, we're building a tool to map the invisible. Harnessing data sets from EMODnet and Copernicus, we aim to leverage the European digital twin of the ocean to create a solution. By combining in situ data from chemistry, physics, seabed habitats, and human activity thematics with satellite data for wind and the European Fire Information System, we're tracing the fingerprints of wildfires on Posidonia oceanica and marine protected areas. This forms the foundation for an AI-ready model, one that anticipates impact and informs action, providing conservationists, marine managers, and policymakers the clarity they need before the damage is done. We are Digital Lighthouse, and this is Smoke on the Water, a lifeline for marine ecosystems.
Thank you so much for this excellent video. We did also enjoy the song while doing the reviews because it was quite late, so you gave us a little bit of a boost. With us, we have, I believe, Konstantina. Okay, and you are going to have some questions, and Jan also, welcome. And over to Fanny, who has some questions for you.
Many thanks. A very good project. And I confess I discovered that wildfire could have an impact on the marine ecosystem. And that's why this is my question. Do you have enough evidence to confirm that wildfire have an impact on marine ecosystem and it's an issue for them? And second question, from your presentation, you focus on Greece and the impact on Posidonia. Do you think it's possible to replicate your project on other region? Thank you.
We have not enough data for the last years, but we have only the last 2 years. And we made a comparison between these 2 years, obviously. Our use case was the Daria wildfire in 2023. That's also the question, maybe to the answer to the second question. That's why we took the Aegean Sea as our main area where we looked at. And there we compared with 24, and we saw a few evidences that these wildfires have an impact on the marine ecosystem. And our next step obviously would be, due to the limited time we had, that we conduct a thorough analysis of the available measurement variables and to assess their impact in more detail. Yeah, we also did an risk assessment for Posidonia oceanica and looked into the influences there. That's the first question, maybe. The second, yes, I am pretty sure that we can use the EMODnet data and spread the model or the research we wanted to do to a much broader area than the Aegean Sea. Yes. Yes, that was the second question.
Okay. Thank you, Jan. Fanny, do you have any other questions?
Not for now. Thank you for the answer. And thanks to this
Okay.
project, I discovered the impact of wildfire on marine ecosystem, so it's good. But I see that Niels maybe have another question.
Yes, Neil does have a question, so over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, it's an excellent pitch. I really enjoyed it, like the others. I had a question on your use of data, because you made good use of EMODnet and Copernicus, and everyone's very happy about that. It's great. What I wondered was you're comparing 2023 to 2024, which is a very short time range. And as Fanny will tell you, like, for example, in the NSFD, they work on a 6-year assessment period. But sometimes these trends and changes you can't see on that kind of short timescale. So did you consider that and consider some of the products that are in EMODnet already that actually look at these longer time ranges?
Yeah, definitely. So we used also longer time ranges, for example, for other data sets that we used, like the wildfire data and that was atmospheric service, but I don't know exactly which data sets we use longer data time ranges, but the ones we try to compare, we get only the last 2 years, which was really sad. And one of our complaints and we had for EMODnet. Maybe Konstantina, are you back so that you can?
I believe that you hear me better now.
Bit.
Let's try.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it was a problem with the data we chose to use, especially with the chlorophyll one. There was data only for 2023 and 2024 for our region. Maybe if there was data for 2022 or previous years, it would be better to execute a machine learning model so that we can predict not only what we see our in situ data, but what we can predict with our algorithms and how we can export our results and how we can monitor our marine ecosystems and its impacts on our seagrass meadows and especially Posidonia oceanica, which is an endemic species in Sea and Mediterranean.
Yeah, maybe to continue that a bit. So that would also be one of our next steps, to identify which data we need and where we actually need it, because this is also especially important for wildfires, because the smoke plumes make the use of satellite data somehow hard, at least during these wildfires. So that's why in situ data is especially important for us. And this optimization, or where to put these sensors, because you obviously cannot put everywhere sensors, could also be an application for machine learning stuff that we also thought about, also to make predictions maybe for protected marine areas, so that we can somehow alarm for these areas specifically. Yeah, that's what we thought about.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, both Jan and Konstantina.
Thank you too,
Thanks
Ari. Sorry for the microphone.
Right. Don't worry,
you.
it happens. It happens to everyone. It was a very innovative idea. That's something that everyone commented on, and we wish you the best of luck. And we're going to see you a little bit later. Now, yes.
Angeliki, just a very quick one. It's just a comment. So before going and looking for correlation stuff, I'm sure that there will be around literature and bibliography about this topic. I don't know if you've done thorough surveys, but probably before maybe investing a lot of time in effective correlations and stuff, I would suggest to go through literature to hook back to the first question of
Yeah.
Yeah,
if I can mention something, it is something we assessed before we started doing our data analysis, and we saw that there weren't many papers on this subject.
Okay, very good. Okay, great.
We collected references, exactly.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, and apologies I didn't see your raised hand, but great.
No. It was very last minute. Huh?
It was a very good follow-up question. Okay, thank you, everyone. Let's go to the last team. It is going to be EcoMonitor. They work on an idea called Unlock the Full Value of Nature. It is part of Challenge 4, EMODnet for the coast. Let's watch the video.
We at EcoMonitor propose to unlock the full value of nature. This is necessary because the climate is changing faster than nature can adapt, and our primary way of valuing ecosystems is through the commodities we can extract from them. We need to change this thinking in order to finance healthy ecosystems. There are many policies that are already in place to help us get there, such as nature-based solutions, artificial reefs, protecting sandbanks, and we can tie all of these things together in a system dynamics model that show us how to arrive best at healthy coastal ecosystems while taking into account the causality of all these systems together, something that AI models alone are not able to do. Through EMODnet, we are able to analyze very important data such as habitat types and marine spatial planning zones to best know where it is viable to launch these nature-based solutions, something we can't get purely from abiotic data. We loop in data from Climata for populations and hazard exposure, combining all of this in our operational demo user interface, which we see here. We can crop a coastline to see how much of the area can be restored given a certain nature-based solution, in this case, sand dune restoration. We can say what the cost of that is, what the risk reduction to the coastal property might be, and calculate all of that to show the cost-benefit ratio of these measures, thereby creating the channel necessary to restore the natural world.
Okay. Thank you very much. Another very, very good idea. Now we are going to have with us in a moment. Hello, Robert. How are you? Welcome back as well. Thank you very much for joining us again. Quite great presentation. We're going to pass to Neil, who has some questions for you. Neil, over to you.
Hi, Robert.
Hello there.
I was just saying to myself, apparently, one of the few teams to go into the green rather than using the classic blue graphics with marine themes. So that was good. I like your green theme. Yeah, my question is really if you could just give us a little bit more detail on looking at your user interface there, and there were some very big numbers in there, billions of dollars or or how it was. And so just if you could explain a little bit who you see as the user of a system like this.
Certainly. Thank you for that question, Neil. So the users, there's a number of potential stakeholders for this sort of application. They can go anywhere from real estate developers is the first initial example. And those large numbers that you saw came from the real estimates of coastal property values along the coast of Belgium, which is where we had this demo for the hackathon. This goes also to government planners for wanting to know where it would be most viable to be launching a project, because as you mentioned earlier, it's not just the abiotics that we need to know for where a ecosystem would be viable. It's a lot of the human elements. Also the litter and pollution, which is provided by EMODnet. That's something that would be viable on a government planner level for if they could potentially do a project anywhere. Something we don't touch on in the demo video, 90 seconds is not a lot of time, is that ultimately this analysis underpins the issuance of a number of exotic financial products related to risk reduction. So reducing insurance premiums, supporting green and resilience bond issuance, and in the lack of action, supporting the issuance of catastrophe bonds as well. It also directly applies to any property owners, or more likely a consortium of property owners along the coast that are interested in entering into any sort of insurance product where the financing of the nature restoration, which is ultimately the green and blue goal of this project, is that the reduction in insurance premiums that comes from the financing of a nature restoration all in a virtuous cycle supports itself. And so those are the users. It's anyone from real estate developers to the direct property owners themselves, anyone who issues or underwrites insurance products for those groups, and then directly up to the government level if they want to just simply know where it's best to restore an ecosystem.
Thank you, Robert. That was a very good explanation. I never thought I would hear myself talking about insurance in the context of coastal.
Me neither,
That's
eh?
great.
Okay. Okay, then if does anyone else have any follow-up questions for Robert? No? Okay, great. Thank you so much, Robert. Wishing you the best of luck. And now we are going to bid adieu to our jury members and our colleague Michele, who are going to go into a breakout room. They are going to take under consideration the answers that you have provided to their questions in the last almost 1 hour. And they will come back with the final winners. So Antonio, Louis, Fanny, and Neil, we are going to look very much forward to seeing you again back here with us in about 15 to 20 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, the pitch is over now. We had our 10 final teams. However, while our jury members are going back to deliberating, we are going to spend a great time. First of all, many of you participated in the mini challenges that we always provide during these during this event. It's meant to give you a break from the data discussions and the science discussions. And so this year we had some fun, we felt fun mini challenges. One was about creating a poem, and the other one was about giving us fun data facts. For that, I'm going to introduce my colleague, Cara McKee, and she is going to present the winners. I just want to remind everyone that the winners are going to actually receive extra CPUs for continued use of the digital twin Ocean platform. It is quite valuable. Again, as we have mentioned in previous sessions, we are in beta phase testing. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to work on the platform. So we feel that it's going to be a great prize. Cara, over to you.
Thank you, Angeliki, for the introduction, and hello, everyone. I'm happy to share that the Mini Challenge 1 inspired so many thoughtful LinkedIn poems. Your creativity shown in the poems about EMODnet, Edito, and ocean sustainability was truly inspiring, and it was a tough decision, but we can see who the first mini challenge winner is. And this challenge goes to Zara Safai. Congratulations, Zara. If you don't mind, I would like to share your poem. So your poem says, beneath the waves where secrets lie, Edito maps the ocean sigh. From coast to depths, the data streams, we trace the truth, we trace the dreams, pardon. For blue to thrive and green to grow, we need to learn, we need to know. EMODnet leads with open charts, a sea of knowledge, science, heart. A sea of science, knowledge, heart. I love that stanza, that's really nice. So let's welcome Zara and we can congratulate her. Feel free to turn on your camera. Hello, Zara. I just wanted to ask if you had any inspiration while making this poem, anything that struck your mind?
Thank you for this good news. I'm so excited for winning the poem challenge, which it was very artistic. Yes, I have used the Rami and Hafiz, the Persian poemer, the way they style their poem as a two bait and ghazal, we called it. And I used their style to play by the words. And I have seen that I was inspired with some of other poem also that was already around. And I'm so happy to be able to join you for this event, as well as very excited for get the exclusive access to the editor to see what are the science and the storytellings and innovation we can use from the potential of this platform. It's a very nice job, and I'm so happy to be with you. Thanks for the event.
Yes, thank you for those wonderful words, and we can't wait to see what you do with your unlimited access. And congratulations. Now we can go on to Mini Challenge 2 winner. So the Mini Challenge 2 asks you guys, the participants, to find and share an interesting or unexpected marine data fact using EMODnet. This creativity and curiosity shown in all of your submissions were fantastic. And after reviewing all the amazing entries, we've decided on a winner. Which is Martina Gaiotti. Congratulations, Martina. Martina shared an interesting fact on marine noise and the continuous noise fixed platforms. Martina, we can turn your camera on. Hello again. Could you tell us a little why you found this data on marine noise so intriguing?
First of all, thank you all. I'm really excited for this news. Yes, basically, the reason why I chose this dataset is as a, let's say, as an old user of EMODnet platform, I looked for something new. And I wish to find something that was not just an implementation of extant data, but something innovative. And so I came through these underwater noise datasets, which I think is a timely topic to be addressed, since it's also mentioned within the descriptor 11 of the Marine Strategy Framework Directive. And I consider the marine noise like an underestimated and overlooked source of pollution. And since the pollution is also within the challenge 1 of the UN Ocean Decade, I think we all need to be focused also on this side of the marine pollution, let's say. The datasets show few data, actually, since I guess is an innovative and new resources. I found out that there are mainly two projects which are focused on these topics, which are Jomopans and Quiet Sea. And the most interesting aspects related to this topic I found out exploring these datasets are related to the impacts of the underwater noise on marine biodiversity and marine life, especially the issue of hearing loss, the stress the noise causes to marine life, the issue of behavior disruption, of course, the habitat changes affecting also the migratory paths, for instance, from some species, and unfortunately, often the death of some marine species as well. So I think it's really important to explore more this topic. These data refer to some instruments which are fixed on the seafloor, I guess, and so they are stations to collect data. And I really look forward for future expansion, the great potential of the EMODnet infrastructure for that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Martina, for those words. I definitely agree that it's an overlooked parameter in marine conservation. So congratulations, and also thank you to everyone who contributed to this mini challenge and the mini challenge number 1. Had a lot of fun with this. And so now I'd also like to mention this fantastic playlist that we all created. You, our participants, our talented hackathon participants created. You've done a fantastic job curating these tracks. It's nice to see this eclectic mix of genres and styles. And I hope that everyone continues to listen and contribute their ocean-inspired songs after today. I think my whole team will be doing that as well.
Indeed, that is the plan. We were quite excited about last year. We had the last edition, we had Spotify, but this time we did YouTube. We wanted everyone to have access to participate in this exercise, and we are quite excited about the songs. We are planning on listening to them on various occasions. Thank you so much, Kara. Thank you for presenting our winners. Thank you also very much to everyone who participated in these mini challenges. Again, it was one of the parts that we found really hard to decide. You wrote some wonderful things, and it's an interesting mix of science and poetry that we had in the last couple of days. So thank you very much for that. Next, we do have a small Slido session planned that is going to help us continue collecting a little bit more feedback. I would just like to take a moment now to once again thank the members of the mentor and coach team that are here with us. I'm sorry, team, for breaking up a little bit the script and the scenario, but I understand also that that some people, we might have to go a little bit over. And if it is okay with everyone, I would like to just quickly invite you to open your camera to have, yes, hello. We have also our lead mentors present here. As you can see, Alessandro Pittito, Tim Collard. We have Matteo, also from the EMODnet Secretariat. We have our colleague Frederic Leclerc, who is a big part of a lot of the work that we do with Edito, and also Avli's colleague. Alessandro Pittito is our human activities coordinator. As we said in previous warm-up sessions, we have Julia Vera with us, who was the lead mentor of Challenge 5, a valued colleague for both also EMODnet and for Edito, and a colleague from Seascape Belgium. Thank you also, Julia, for joining. We have Pietro Vignilio, we have George Poestra, we have Salvador Fernandez, we have Samuel Fuchs, who was again another lead mentor. We especially thank all of our lead mentors for the work that they did. They really dedicated a lot of their time. We also have Kate Larkin with us, who is the head of the EMODnet Secretariat and a very integral member of the group that actually decided on the challenges. So that was truly valuable. We have Connor Delaney with us. Again, a member of both EMODnet and Edito team. He is a data coordinator for EMODnet. So we do a lot of great work all together. We have Bastian Fouque from Sham with us. We have Bart also from Vliz. I'm sure that we have some more people with us. I just would like, I wanted to take this moment to thank everyone for being part of this team. Also because I have the feeling that as some teams are not presenting, they might slowly go. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of you. And of course, we are going to take a group picture at the very end. So the biggest part was on you in the past, especially 1 week, but also the last 2 days. You all supported these teams in a great manner. We have really good feedback from everything that you've done and all the support that you have provided them. Okay, thank you so much. And we look forward to always having you on the EMODnet OpenSea Lab team. Now we're all together going to move on to Slido, poll, questioning. As we said from the beginning, gathering feedback is very valuable for us. And I believe that a lot of you are belong to the ECOP group. So early ocean professionals, this is also an important aspect that that all of us are trying to always include, consider in projects that we create, in actions that we create. It's very important to include the next generation of science, policy, research, and the blue economy. So we really want to hear from you. And let's go directly into the Slido questions. So please scan the QR code. We're going to take a moment for you to be able to do that. And then we would love for you to describe your experience with the EMODnet OpenSea Lab Hackathon in one word. It was indeed intense. We will continue waiting while we see that the answers are coming in. We'll take another half a minute or so. Okay. Well, it is wonderful to see that this was your experience. Of course, we also have some answers that, again, they're very good for us as feedback, and we always try to become better at the next edition. But inspiring, collaborative, and challenging is something that we appreciate you felt. Okay, let's move on to the next question that now we are becoming a little bit more technical. We would like to know whether for your challenge solutions you used EMODnet services, Copernicus Marine Services, or the European Digital Twin Ocean Services, which in effect is a combination of the two, because as we said, it is the data lake that we are creating together with Copernicus Marine Services. So let's take a look. Okay. All is a really wonderful answer, actually, for us. It would be great to know that you're using so many resources, that you managed to combine them. We have with us also today Felix Doles and Mathis Bertin, who are on the Edito team with us from Copernicus Marine Service and Deltares, very important part of our team. Also from Edito Model Lab. Again, we have discussed all of this in a warm-up session. I just want to remind everyone. Okay, all is the winner. Okay, let's move to the next one. So did the digital ocean platform provide the data and models that you needed? This is what we would like to know. Let's take a look. The answers are yes, no, or somewhat. Again, please keep in mind, as we've said many times, the Edito platform is in beta phase testing. It's also, we know that not everyone had most of you actually didn't have a lot of time to get to know the platform better, but this is the point of this exercise. We will take to heart a lot of your, answers, and we will make sure that we improve. But I'm very happy, and I believe that my colleagues would also be happy to know that the editor platform did somewhat provide the data and models that you needed. This is a great percentage for us. And a lot of you have also filled out the use case template, which we truly appreciate. It was an optional deliverable, and we got some really great feedback from that as well, and we will be following up. Okay, let's move to the next question. So were you able to access, integrate, and manipulate the datasets relevant to your project on the European Digital Twin platform? Yes, no, and somewhat. It might sound a little bit like the same question. It might sound a little bit but like a repetition, but in fact, we're trying to understand the different aspects, the nuances that the platform is working on. So access integration is okay. Let's wait just a little bit longer to see what comes up with this. At this point also, I welcome if any colleague from the team, from the coach and mentor team, at any point would like to comment at all on the Slido results, feel free. Of course, this is why you're also here. You're welcome. You're the experts. Okay. Again, quite a good percentage for us, the manipulation of data sets. Maybe gave you a little bit more trouble, integration and access, etc. It is being taken into consideration. Thank you for your replies, and then let's go to the next one. And that is also another one. Did you manage to run your application on Editor? Yes or no? This is a very clear question. Let's wait and see what comes up. Okay. We are capturing in the use case template exactly why, if you could not run your application in Editor, we have asked follow-up questions for that. And all of you are going to also be receiving a feedback questionnaire that we hope you will also fill out. We know these things take a little bit of time. But for instance, if a lot of you did not manage to run your application in Editor, this is something that we would like to hear from you. Why? What prevented you? Was it something about the system? Was it the learning curve that you needed in order to work on the platform, etc.? So that input is also quite welcome. Okay. And I believe we have a final question. And this has to do with gaps. So were there any gaps in available data or improvements you suggest for easier access to the European Digital Twin Ocean platform? This is an open question. We would like to hear from you directly in your own words. Please do take some time for this one. It is an open question, so we know you're going to need a little bit more time. We have some more participants writing. Interesting. Some of your answers are quite interesting, and I know for a fact that for at least 2 or 3 of these, there is ongoing work to improve some aspects. Okay, great. I think that this was it. We have one more participant who is typing, and okay, now we're going to let you finish your answer, one participant. Okay, and I believe that, okay, this was it. Let's stop the Slido now. Thank you to everyone. It is interesting to see what your experience has been, also on such a quick review. I believe that we now have our colleagues back. Michele is back, and our jury members are also back. That means that they have made their final deliberations. This is a quite exciting moment. We've all been waiting for this for a while now. And I think that we don't have a lot of time, so we're going to go right into it. And we are going to start with presenting the 5 best ideas. We consider these, again, there's no first, second, or third. These were all 5 really good ideas. I also don't know them, though, so it's very exciting for me as well. These are the teams that are going to be receiving gift certificates that are meant to give you great experiences in traveling, in some fun and athletic activities or cultural activities in the location you're already at. And you will be contacted by our team in the coming days to see how this is going to happen. So the experience gift vouchers are going to go to the 5 great ideas that we have chosen that were almost there and needed a little bit more maturity. Let's take a look then to who the first one is going to go to. The first one goes to the Carbon Games.
Yeah.
And the team of Nikhil, Guillermo, and Isida Carpuzzi. Congratulations to everyone. Let's bring you here for a moment. Hello again.
Hi. Yes, we are here. We can see you. Baby here too.
Congratulations. Congratulations on everything. You are winners in life. You are winners in science and in business. This is wonderful. This is wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Isida. Well, I mean, our question generally was going to be whether you're going to keep up the great work and continue developing your idea, but I believe that's a given.
Yes, definitely. Whenever we find opportunity, we like to add to everything that we build. We build in modular and we continue to expand it. We can see any of the solutions presented today added in XR, and they would all be great to experience by everybody else.
Okay. I do hope that a lot of you as participants are going to manage to keep in touch also via LinkedIn. We'll see if we can facilitate that. Thank you again so much. And of course, congratulations on your personal wonderful news.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's now move to the next team. And the next one goes to Blue Crabs, Just Invaders, or Clear Shift Sentinels. So Martina Gagliotti, Ioann Israeli, Stanley Parker, Meryl DeCoque, and Mary Kane. Congratulations on your win. It was a really great idea. Let's see if we have Martina with us.
Yes.
Hello again.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and your team. Excellent work. Are you planning on continuing? Are you planning on staying together as a team and working further on this project?
Yes, I really hope so. And I want to say, first of all, thanks to all the team members, since this year experience was a really, really engaging and rewarding experience. The teamwork worked really, really well. And so the result is due also to the commitment of all the members. So thank you all. And I hope with the additional access to the ADTO, we'll be able to refine and develop a little bit more the idea. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Martina. Thank you for all your commitment as well, and for your double win today. Okay, let's go and see our next winner, who is the Sea Breeze. So Smart Subsea Cable Router Planner with Gaurav, Maria, Carolina, and Leticia. Congratulations to you as well. You will be receiving some wonderful experience gift certificates. Let's see if we have someone from the team. Okay.
Yeah, we were here. I thought someone else was also.
Hello. Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you so much.
It was obviously a very good idea. So my question as with previous participants is, are you guys planning on staying together as a team? Are you planning on further working on this idea?
Oh, yes, of course. We have had like these idea, and we are only gonna like take it further from here. So just like add more things to it, refine it further. So yeah, that's the goal.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Sea Breeze team, and Gaurav, and everyone else there. Okay, we will be in touch with your team soon as well.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
now let's go to the next winners, who are Map Toolkit, CMAP 2.0, the Open Data Nautical Chart for Europe, with Helge, Max, and Daniel. Congratulations, everyone. Do we have Helge or Max or Daniel with us?
Yes.
Ah, there you
Hi.
are. Hello again. So
Thank you.
excellent work, as everyone also has mentioned before. Are you planning on continuing with your idea?
We will actually take the project offline, password protected, finalize it, and then publish it, and then it will be there to stay for the years to come.
Okay, great. Thank you so
Being
much.
improved as well.
Okay, well, to your team and of course all the other teams, we're happy to support with data any way possible. So thank you very much. Congratulations. We shall be in touch in the coming days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. And I think we have one more team before we go on. And the final winner for a great idea is the Reef Guardians. So bioengineered living breakwaters for climate resilient coastlines. We have Hanan, Nicola, Melinda, Kalkidan, Maria, Mikhailo, Diana, and Stasia. Congratulations to all of you. It was an excellent idea. And let's see if Hanan is back with us.
Hi, hello.
Hello again, Hanan. So we loved your idea. Congratulations on the win. What are your
Thank you
plans
so much.
forward?
Oh, first of all, my team and I were baffled that we made it to the finals. We will now discuss it with the rest of the team on Discord to see how we will proceed with this initiative. But thank you.
Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing how you do proceed with this initiative and maybe hearing more from you in the future. Thank you so much. Congratulations to everyone. Okay. So I believe that we are now done with our 5 best ideas. Again, we have mentioned it before. You're all winners. Everything was very, very close. We just had to eventually choose out of everyone the 2 final winning teams, but we consider the idea itself up to par for everyone. So, okay, well, I'm going to now invite Antonio, one of our jury members. Hello, Antonio. We would like you to present the first winner, and it's very exciting. Okay.
So actually, the winner is the digital lighthouse with smoke on the water.
Congratulations, the digital lighthouse, smoke on the water with Jamie.
Wow, thank you so much. This is amazing.
Oh, well, thank you for your very, very nice idea
Incredible.
and very useful, I'd say. Huh?
Yeah, we really think it's an urgent issue, and this team worked amazingly together. Wonderful experience. Thank you so much. Unbelievable.
Well, thank you guys. You've worked very hard, and well, yeah, thank you, and wish you very good luck for the next step, for the coming up with your tool and with your application, and
We will continue.
have
This
a
is
nice
all the
trip to
feedback.
Cork.
Yeah.
And I see you have somebody helping you. Huh?
Yes, I do have many helpers. This is Dimitri. This is what we needed, just positive feedback to continue working on our idea. Amazing.
Great.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
you very much. You're staying with us for a moment. As you know, we are going to be in touch with you as well, with your whole team. You are all coming to 2 of your team members are going to join us at the European Maritime Day 2025 in Cork, Ireland. It is an incredible event to join the entire European marine community and beyond that is going to be present. So it's going to be an incredibly valuable opportunity for you and your team to continuously pitch and forward your idea. So we hope you will take full advantage of that. Thank you very much, Digital Lighthouse team. And now let's go to the last team. Well, the second winner that is going to be joining us at the European Maritime Day in May is Eco Monitor. It's the Unlock the Full Value of Nature team. Congratulations to Robert, to Mincy, Nuria, Abi, Luca, Martina, Purnima, Bashir, Marios, and Alina. It is also a big win. There was a very big competition that you had to work with. So congrats. Let's see if we have Robert again with us.
Hello, hello. Thank you very much.
Hello, Robert. Hello.
I'm very happy.
We are very happy as well for you. It was a great idea. You guys worked hard. Everyone worked really hard. We are very excited also that you're going to be joining us in Ireland in a couple of months from now. So that gives you also a little bit of time to keep working, both of you from Digital Lighthouse and this team, to keep working a little bit on your ideas. There's a lot of discussions that we will have moving forward in the next few weeks. But thank you very much. Congratulations to your entire team.
Thank you
Okay,
very much. We're all very happy.
we are a little bit, I'm sorry, but we're a little bit past the time that we have allocated for this event. We're almost 5 minutes over. So we would like now for everyone to open your cameras, like everyone. Let's see if we can do that. And we're going to take what is known as either a group photo, but I prefer to call them family photo. We have worked on this hackathon for months all together. Almost everyone who is present here has been part of this event from the very beginning. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to change my view very quickly. I'm sorry. And there we all are. Okay. You're looking wonderful. I'm taking one screenshot, and now I'm taking the second one. And that was it. Everyone, it is a wrap. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much again for joining us. I would like to also very much thank our service provider, GOPA, and Tiziana and Yvette, especially for the very hard work they did. We would love to thank also Michele Erba. All of you have been in touch with Michele already for one reason or another. He was an invaluable team member. Once again, thank you to our jury members. Thank you to our coach and mentoring team. This has been a very exciting experience for all of us. It has been a learning experience for all of us. Everything that you have provided us with as input is going to be taken very seriously. We take everything into account, and we will find ways to improve to make your experience at the next edition even better. So this is it from us. Have a wonderful weekend ahead soon. Some well-deserved rest to everyone. And we are going to be in touch. We will disseminate more news, and please keep in touch. Stay in touch with us from EMODnet. Stay in touch with Copernicus Marine. Follow us on the Edito account on LinkedIn. And we will continuously update you on new developments and ways that you can be part of this beautiful, beautiful marine community. Thank you and goodbye.